happy to see you guys show up on time. In this session, I am going to help you guys on the Progress Learning quiz, which is due tomorrow. If any of you do not know how to get to the quiz, no problem. Do not worry about it so much. Join tomorrow's class. I'm going to guide you on how to get to this quiz. This session is targeted towards the content, how to answer the questions, right? And how to get to the quiz. If you need help, I will teach you tomorrow in my live class. Let's go ahead, get started. Link to the Nearpod is in the chat. Please join. I will also give you extra credit for joining this session in case you need some points if you did not do so well as expected on this quiz. Remember, the session will be recorded. Okay. Question 1 looked like this. It had some circles and it asked you to find area and circumference. Okay, go ahead, give it a try. Show me what you know about this problem. How can you find area of a circle? And some guidelines. I have given you formulas over here. And I will try to keep color coded. So I'm going to find area each time in red. And then there are two formulas for circumference. You remember, right? There are two formulas. Both of them will give you the same answer. There are two formulas to find circumference. Go ahead, get started. Show me how you will use these formulas to find the answers for area and circle and circumference of the circle. And let me go back to the quiz and look at the answer choices. Okay, I don't have to go back to the quiz and look at answer choices because the answer choices are at the bottom. Landon, I am very proud of you. The answer choices are over here at the bottom. Over here. Right? And go ahead, get started. Find the area of the circle. Isaiah, look at the blue circle, 5 centimeters. What does 5 centimeters represent? Isaiah. Jadine, the answer choices are over here, dear Jadine. You have to pick one of these answers and put them in the box. And 78.5 is not there, so you have to answer in terms of pi. And let's see how you can do that. Yes, Isaiah, I was asking 5 centimeters represents what? The blue circle, 5 centimeters represents? Ava got me the area. Ava, very good. Very good, Ava. Excellent. Okay, I will help you out. Look at the blue circle. Then refer to the circle over here. Okay, 5 centimeters is the radius. 5 centimeters is the radius. Okay, so if you want to find area of a circle, the formula says pi r squared, right? If you know that radius is 5, right, you will square it because this is what's in the formula. You will square the radius, right? So what is the square of 5? Square of 5 means 5 times 5. That is 25. Right? This is the square of 5. 5 times 5. That is 25. Okay, my share screen stopped sharing and I'm going to share again. Let's see, is it sharing? Yes, it is. Then to find area of a circle, what will I do? I know area equals pi times, let's see, area equals pi times 25. This is the formula, right? Pi times radius squared. So pi times 25. if you will multiply the two, you will get an answer that is 25 pi. You will get an answer that is 25 pi. I'm going to pause here. Does that make sense to you? Are there any questions? The area of this first circle will be 25 pi, right? So I can say A equals, oh man, my pen is not doing its best. I will say A equals 25 pi. Then I will go ahead and do the pink circle. I will find the area. I will just find the area of the pink circle. Then for the pink circle, look at the radius. The radius is 6 centimeters. I will use brown for this pink circle. This one, the radius is 6, right? So you will go find radius squared. If radius is 6, then radius squared is 6 times 6, right? And that will be 36. Radius squared will be 36. Any questions so far? Very good, Ava. Very good, Dion. Annabelle, I'm still waiting to see how you will answer. Liloni, let me know if that makes sense. People in the class, if you will join Nearpod and if you will need some credits, I will look at the Nearpod participation and I can give you credits on the Progress Learning quiz. This is an opportunity for you to earn credits in the live session. And I do that. My students who have been with me last semester, you guys know I'm good about giving you credits wherever possible. Then r squared is 36. In order to find area of this pink circle, you will do the same. You will do the formula says in the red box. I should do it in red. The formula says pi r squared. So I'm going to use this red color. I'm going to write it down. Area equals pi times radius squared. It's not sharing again. I don't know what is going on. Let me go ahead and check. It seems somebody is doing that. I need to unclick share screen. Somebody is. Now you guys cannot hamper my screen share, right? Somebody who was doing that to JJ yesterday, maybe. Or maybe someone just doing without even knowing that they're doing that. Removing my share screen. So I will do pi times r squared. R squared at the top in brown, 36. When you solve for it and you simplify it, you get an answer that is 36 pi. Therefore, the area of the pink circle is 36 pi. Let me know if anybody has any questions over this part and I can go over it in more detail. Do we understand how to find area of a circle in terms of pi? Is taking too long, haven't? Then please do it on a sheet of paper and please share your answers with me. Show me the detailed work and share your answers with me. I will also accept that. Okay. Then to find circumference, if I have radius given to me, I'm going to use this formula for circumference. Let's use green for circumference. Whenever radius is given, it is a good idea to use the first formula that has r in it. And the formula says multiply 2 times pi times radius to get the answer. Okay? And radius is 5. So 2 times pi times 5 will give you circumference. Remember, you can solve for this part, not, I will still keep the green. You can solve for this part because they are like numbers, right? You will multiply 2 times 5. You can multiply them. You get 10. And therefore, I will say circumference is 10 pi. 2 times 5 is 10. Circumference ends up being 10 pi. And I'm going to pause at this point. I have done few areas and this is a circumference problem. People, let me know if it is making sense to you or do you have questions? Ava, there are 4 circles in my question also. I cannot put in 4 in this slide, so they're on the next slide. Landon, let me see your answers. I agree to the area that you want. Circumference, good. I agree to all your answers, Landon. Excellent. Dion, I agree to all your answers. Ava, I agree to all your answers. Let me see again, Ava. Let's see. Yes, I agree to you. Annabelle, I agree to you. Lilani, very good. Heaven, I see you in your pod. It's making more sense, Josh. Good to hear that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead find circumference of the pink circle. Remember, I have radius. Radius is 6. So it is a good idea to use the first formula because it has r in it. And the formula says for circumference, you will do 2 times pi times radius, and radius of 6. And remember, you can multiply the first and the last number and get an answer. You will multiply 2 times 6 and get 12. Therefore, you can say that circumference is 12 pi. So my very new students, you had missed this part of my session because you joined us a little late. You were in orientation. This is something that I went over with my other class. So this is 12 pi, the circumference of the pink circle. And 10 pi, let's find 10 pi is the answer for the blue circle. The answers are right there, right? And it matches. Any questions? Ava, here are the next 2 questions. Question 1, has these also right, Ava? People, look at the white circle. How much is the radius? Look at the white circle. You can either hop on the mic, type in the chat. How much is the radius in the white circle? Radius in the white circle. I am waiting. Heaven says 3.4. Heaven, can you hop on the mic and tell me how you got that? You can't even read this one, Ava, it's too tiny. Isaiah, radius 3.7? Oh, okay. 3 and comma 7, Isaiah. Isaiah, hop on the mic. How did you conclude the white one has a radius of 3? Isaiah, you messed up? I think you didn't mess up. Very good, Landon. I agree to your answers. Very good. Dion, I agree to you. Excellent. Dion, it seems like I don't see you do the white one. Look at the radius, people. Radius from the center to a point on the circumference. Check how many blocks. 1, 2, 3. And then radius is 3. Let me know if any of you have a little concern with that. Radius will be 3. Just read the point in the blocks on the grid and it is 3. Radius is 3. There you go, Dion. Very good. Ben, very good. Let me make your slide bigger, Ben, so I can actually see in more detail. Okay, you're using pi for, okay, spell it out. Perfect, that works. So radius is 3. To find area of the circle, the first circle, I'm going to do this formula, right? area equals pi times radius squared. So pi times radius squared. 3 squared, right? 3 squared is how much? 3 squared is 3 times 3, 9. 3 squared, right, is 3 times 3, 9. And therefore, if you do 9 times pi, the answer has to be 9 pi. This is the area of the white circle, 9 pi. Let's see if we have this in the answer choices. Yes, we do. 9 pi is there in the answers. Landon, how does it fix your grade? I will go in manually and enter in extra credits. And at times, students can also email me, say, Miss Syed, I was in this math building block session. You can go and check my attendance and Nearpod. I completed it along with you in the live class. Please give me credits on this progress learning and name it out. The progress learning has date at the end, and that is how I know which progress learning you're referring to. The last 6 digits are the date. So I'm going to do hand enter in, manually update the grade. Okay, that is how it will help. Let's look at the brown circle. Radius is 7. So if you're finding area, I'm going to do pi times radius squared, 7 squared. 7 squared means 7 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49, right? 7 squared means 7 times 7. And 7 times 7 is 49. Guess how the answer will look like. Please type in your slides and show me how much the answer will look like. Answer in terms of pi. Let me see. So Jadine, very good. Ava, very good with the areas. Heaven, very good. Very good. Anaya, show me your work. Very good, Liloni. I agree with you. So I would just say 49 pi is the area of the brown circle. And we will check in the answer choices. Do we have that? "49 pi is right here. Then we will go find circumference because radius is given. I will use this first formula for circumference. So formula says 2 times pi times the radius, and the radius is 3. When you write it out like this, you can multiply your 2 times 3. You can multiply because they're both numbers. 2 times 3 gives you 6. So you can say circumference will be 6 pi. 6 pi. And let's see if we have 6 pi in the answer choices. And 6 pi is right here, the very last one. Absolutely, Ben. Very good, Ava. Very good, Isaiah. Let me know if it doesn't make sense to anybody and I can go over it again. Then I will do the brown one. The formula will be 2 pi r. So 2 times pi times r. And r, radius, is 7. Remember, you can multiply the 2 times 7 part. And 2 times 7, 14, right? This is a 7. And 2 times 7 gives you 14. So if you multiply 2 times 7, 14. 14 times pi is 14 pi. Therefore, I will say circumference equals 14 pi. This is the circumference. Sometimes you want to answer in terms of pi. If this is the case, this is how you handle it. And 14 pi is the very first answer choice. So we did see that our answers match. Any questions before I move on to the next problem? Okay, if there seems to be questions, do not hesitate to ask me. I am absolutely going to make sure I answer those questions. Ava, can you hop on the mic so you can talk about it? Which one you didn't have? 2 for 14 pi? 14, see, 2 times pi times 7 gives you 14 pi, right?
No, what I mean is on the progress learning,
Yeah.
since all the questions are on one page, for the first one, the answer was the area was 25 pi and the circumference was 14 pi.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 7 centimeter one, the area was 49 pi and the circumference was also 14 pi. There's no 2 of the 14 pi's.
I think it is drag and drop. You can still drag the same number twice. Does it let you drag the same number twice?
No, that's why I'm confused.
Okay. Somebody who did progress learning, did you encounter a similar issue? She's saying there are 2 14 pi's as the answer. Let's see in the previous slide what I got. Did I get a 14? No, I never got 14 pi 2 times, Ava. I get 12 pi, 10 pi, 25 pi, 36 pi. There's no 14 pi used so far. Ava, let me know, please. See, I never got 14 pi in any prior to this one. So you should be good. You got just 114 pi over here. Right? Think you... Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's move on to question 2. This is how question 2 looks like. The questions are very multi-part. Fill in the box with appropriate measure. So that means each of the box will have 3 answers. You need, I'm going to go type out for you so you know. For example, in the first one, if the radius is given, you will still need diameter, right? Then you will still need circumference. You will still need area. These are the 3 answers that you will need. So in each of these, go ahead, figure it out. And I'm going to be guiding you as you answer. I can also help you with the first one so that some of us were confused. You can get some guidance. I will do the first one in red, for example. So radius is 4. And over here, radius is 4. How much should the diameter be? If the radius is 4, diameter be twice of the radius, right? The long line is the diameter from one point on the circumference, passing through the center all the way to the other end. That will be 8. Right? So I will say diameter will be 8. And I will exhaust the answer choice so I don't use it again. Like Eva said, we don't want to be confused and use a number twice. So here diameter 8 is already used. In the second one, diameter is given and you can figure out the radius, right? If the diameter is given to you as 6, you can figure out the radius. Radius be 3. Let me know if that makes sense, right? Radius gotta be, yeah, no problem, Faith. Faith, you are in the right place to join, and there's nothing brand new we are going over, and I know you will be able to understand what we are talking about. Radius be 3. So I'm gonna go take away the 3 also because I already used radius of 3. Then look at this one. I used a blue color for diameter. Then let's look at the third one. I am just hopping from question to question, but it is also okay. The area is 36 pi, right? And the area formula says, the area formula over here says, area is made up of pi times radius squared. Pi times radius squared, and the radius squared is 36, right? So what number times itself is 36? Right? So r squared over here is 36. In this one, r squared is 36. If you know that r squared is 36, because that area is 36 pi, can you think of how much should r be? Can you think of how much should r be? It should be 6, because 6 times 6 is 36. So I can definitely say that r in this problem should be 6. And we can also exhaust r equals 6, because we know over here r will be 6. And I can also exhaust the diameter, right? If r is 6, then diameter is how much? Diameter is twice of radius. It won't let you type. The slide won't let you type. Isaiah, you got to be in the Nearpod to type in the Nearpod. You can't just type in my slide over here in Mural. Remember to go back to Nearpod each time. Anaya says diameter be 12. Very good. And I will take away this diameter of 12 also from the answer choices, so I have fewer ones and I'm not confused. Let's find diameter of 12. Well, here it is. I'm gonna pause here, people. Is it making sense to you? Do you guys have questions? Let me check, Landon. It will be hard for me to check all the different answers very fast. Very good. I agree to you. Very good. Landon, I agree to your answers. Very fast, very precise. Okay. Okay. Now, the last one says that circumference is 18 pi. So 18 pi. You can use a green one for the last one. I can say circumference is 18 pi, right? The formula for circumference says over here, right? What does the formula say? Pi times d. So I'm going to write down circumference equals pi times d, right? So pi times 18. And therefore, I'm going to write down 18. Pi times 18 is circumference. Therefore, I can say that 18 is the d. 18 is the d, diameter. If diameter is 18, people, how much should the radius be? If diameter is 18, how much should the radius be? It should be 9 for radius, because radius will be half the size. And we can also exhaust few more answers, so we have fewer to pick from. So diameter of 18 is the green one. And we also need to take away a radius of 9. So many answer choices taken away. That will make our lives easier, right? You got 9. Radius is going to be 9. Isaiah, you got it right. Because if diameter is 18, then radius got to be 9. That is correct. Okay, now we've got radius and diameters for all the questions, and we can focus on finding area, right? For area, it is important that you have r squared each time. I'm going to use red one for the first one. So let's go ahead, find areas of each of these, and then we'll find circumference. So red color for area of the first one. So to find area of a circle, you do pi, right? Times radius squared. And I'm going to go do the radius squared symbol. Something that JJ taught us yesterday. Right? And in this question, look carefully. We have pi times Radius squared will be the square of 4 because radius is 4. Right? Radius is 4. So I'm going to square 4. And how much is the square of 4? It is 16, right? The square of 4 is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. So I'm going to say the answer is 16 and the symbol of pi. 16 pi. Let me know if you have questions over finding area of the first one. And let's find 16 pi over here. Right? This is how I'm going to find the first area. I'm going to do a similar thing to find area of the second one. I'm going to go type it out. Radius is 3 in this case. So I'm going to write down A equals pi times radius squared. Radius is 6. So I'm going to square 6. And put a small 2 on top of 6. Small 2 means multiply the number by itself, right? So I'm going to say area equals pi times 6 times 6, 36. And therefore, I'm going to end up getting 36 times pi. That is 36 pi. And I'm going to use the true symbol, 36 pi. And I'm going to find 36 pi, scratch it off. Do you guys see an answer that is 36 pi? I don't. Am I messing up somewhere? I see 81. Oh, wait, I made a mistake. This is a diameter of 6, right? I need to use R. I need to use R. And in this case, R clearly is 3. I should use a 3 over here. You guys need to fix me. And 3 times 3 is 9. And therefore, this should be 9 pi. Let me know if you guys agree to this one now. I use diameter and squared diameter. The formula says R squared, right? A little letter over there. 9 pi should be the area. And let's see if I can find 9 pi. 9 pi somewhere. Area equals A equals 9 pi is the first one, right? Then I'm going to go find area of the green one. The brown one already has area given to us. A is 36 pi, right? The green one doesn't have area given to us, and we will calculate the area for the green one. Over here. So A equals pi times radius squared. And in this case, look at the very top, radius is 9, and we will square it. That means we will do 9 times 9 and get 81. So I'm going to say the answer will be 81 pi as area. And I'm going to pause here. People, let me know if you have any questions about the area. 81 pi, that is over here. Annabelle, you were confused where I got 36. I was also confused when my answer was not matching. Okay, then you have to find circumference. How do you do circumference? People, I'm going to use a simple formula to do circumference of each. Not that thick, but this much will look good. I am using this formula for finding circumference. C equals pi d, right? If I put diameter and pi together, I get circumference, right? In this one, how much is d, diameter?
Miss Aya,
Yes.
can you slow down just a little bit, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
In this one, the diameter is 8. Circumference is pi d, right? Circumference is pi times diameter, and diameter is 8, right? So I can say circumference equals 8 pi. For the very first circle, circumference will be 8 pi. Are there any questions? Because this is the formula I am using. C equals pi d. D is 8. So 8 pi is the answer. No problem, Jadine. You can always watch class recordings afterwards. The second one, I'm going to identify my diameter. See, diameter is 6. How much will the circumference look like? Circumference will be C equals pi d, right? Pi times diameter. Diameter is 6, so I will do pi times 6. And I get a circumference that is 6 pi. Then I will do circumference of the brown one. And here is my diameter of 12. People, show me in the chat how much the circumference will look like. Tell me the circumference, please. 12, Ayani, Anaya, 12 what? Just 12? 12 pi, right? Circumference is pi times d. So pi times 12. So circumference will be 12 pi. In the last one, circumference is already given, so you don't have to find it. That is how you do this question. This is question 2. Okay, this is, let's see, it is Headley. Headley, the pages are from the workbook. You have a Texas Coach workbook. If you have it, you will be doing it. Headley, if you don't have the workbook yet, you will wait until you get it. Those are the pages. Texas Coach, 7th grade Texas Coach. That is where you do the star practice thing, right, Hadley? Okay. This is question 3. Question 3 says find area, right? Question 3 says you got to find area of each circle. And formula is given to you, right? You will find area and the formula for finding area of a circle is given to you. First, in this first question, radius is 4. If I have the radius, it is important for me to find radius squared because in the formula you see it is r squared. I will do r squared first. So let's see. Let me put the square symbol. I will do r squared. That means I will do 4 squared, right? I will do 4 squared. And here is 4 squared. That means, what does 4 squared means? 4 squared means 4 times 4. That is 16. Right? That is 16. This is how you start doing it. 4 times 4, that is 16. Then you can do the rest of the area very easily. One more step to find the area. A equals pi, that is 3.14 times r squared. R squared is 16. And you get the area. If you have r, then square it. Multiply r by itself. 4 times 4, get 16. Then multiply by pi, that is 3.14. How much did you get? Someone please help me. How much is 16 times pi? 50.24, Annabelle? 50.24. So we get 50.24. Right? And I can say this is answer 1. Over here, 50.24 is the answer 1. Can you follow the same strategy and find the rest of the areas? Hadley, I would say take pictures, or I will look at it, but send me an email as a reminder, Hadley. Send me a reminder, and I'm going to look at the book, and I'm going to look at the assignment, and I'm going to get back with you, and I will be able to guide you. Okay? Just as a reminder. I will absolutely write a note, but sending an email, I know I reply back to the email, so it will be more useful. I will look at it, and I'm going to follow up. Let's see. The next one, diameter is 12. If diameter is 12, people, we can tell the radius, right? Diameter 12, radius be 6. And then radius squared means square of 6, right? Square of 6. That's this. 2 square of 6. Tell me how much will that be? Okay. Let me look at the chat. Square of 6. 6 times 6, Annabelle. 6 times 6. 36. There you go. 6 times 6, 36. So I will say that's square root of 6, 36. If I'm going to move the text box a little, and it will be more visible. 36. To find area of this circle, you will then multiply A equals pi, 3.14 is pi, times 36, and you get the answer. People multiply and tell me how much do you get. Okay, I got you. 113.04. And I'm going to type it out. 113.04. That will be your answer too. Any questions? Any questions? Yep, Ben. I read it this way. Is Amelia here, Ayani? I don't know. How am I going to tell? No, Amelia, not here. Then radius is 2. Find the area. Right? Radius is 2. Find the area. We will follow a similar procedure each time. We will find radius squared. If radius is 2, then I'm going to go do radius squared. And radius squared means the square of 2. Square of 2 means 2 times 2. Right? And that gives you 4. Radius squared is 4. And then you can find area. A equals I, that is 3.14, times R squared, that is 4. And that should give you an answer that is 12.56. I just estimated. Let me check. Did I get it right? 12.56, yes. So I can say this is answer 3. And you keep doing each of these to get the rest. Okay, very good. Ben went very fast and did them all. So now I will do the next area over here. So we will write down A equals pi, that is 3.14, times R squared, right? R is 8. You will take square of 8. And 8 times 8 is 64. Right? So you multiply pi, 3.14, times 64 to get, according to Ben, 200.96. You get 200.96. And then you will do the last question. Diameter is 2. Radius will be half the size. Radius is 1. Radius is 1, then radius squared, that is 1 times 1, will also be 1, right? 1 squared, people, 1 times 1 gives you an answer that is 1. And let's write it down. That is 1. To find area of this circle, you will do pi times 1, and that gives you 3.42. Ava, perfectly fine. That way you will have the solutions handy when you're doing the quiz. I wouldn't mind. If you want to take a picture, I wouldn't mind. Yes, and I went by faster. I had to show all the steps. Some people want all the steps and they might be confused. Faith. I'm going to pause here, Faith. Let me know if you understand how to find area of the circle, or do you want me to go over some parts of it?
Can you go over the last step one more time?
The very last one?
Yes, ma'am.
In the very last one, you see diameter is 2. That means this long diameter is 2. Then radius is half the size. So radius is 1. Right there. That's how I got the 1. Then to find area of a circle, see this part says I have to square the radius. I have to square the radius. And square the radius means 1 times 1. When I multiply 1 by 1, I get 1. To find area of the circle, I then multiply by pi. Pi times radius squared. So when I do pi, 3.14, times 1, I get 3.14. Faith, are there questions? Anybody else? If there are questions, let us know.
Thank you for that. That made more sense now.
Yeah, I could have used the circle. The longer line is the diameter, twice the size of radius, and then the radius from center to circumference. Okay, people. This is question 4. This is how question 4 looks like. And if you notice, what does question 4 need? Question 4 only needs you to identify either radius or diameter. Diameter, radius, that's all. I am not going to even look at the entire question and confuse myself. I will make it easy. If diameter is 20, radius is how much? If diameter is 20, then radius gotta be 10. Half the size. Look at the image of the circle and you get to know, right? The diameter is 20. The longer one is 20. Right? Then radius gotta be half the size. That will be 10. I won't even look at the entire question and confuse myself in this one. I'm gonna go move on to the next one. So here, radius is a half. So diameter is twice of radius, right? Diameter is half plus half. How much is half plus half? Diameter is 1, right? 1 whole, yes, exactly, good. If radius is 6, diameter is 2 times radius, right? Then diameter is how much? 12. Questions, concerns? A whole pie and a whole. That's all. Okay. Then, if the radius is 1/8, people, how much should diameter be? How much is twice of 1/8? How much is twice of 1/8? 1/8 plus 1/8 gives you 2/8, right? 2/8 is the diameter. And remember, 2/8 you can simplify. And you will say 2/8 is the same as 1/4. This is the diameter. I will pause because it had fractions. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Feel free to ask me questions. This session is for you guys, people, remember. Then radius is 50. Diameter will be twice. Twice of 50 is 100. And let me know if you don't agree to any of the answers or the answers are not matching. Maybe I'm thinking faster than I'm doing or something, and I will fix it. Diameter is 26. Radius gotta be half the size. And half of 26 gotta be 13. Let me know if any of the answers you didn't see in the answer choice or any problem going on. Let me know. You are my second set of eyes who will check if I am right. And I will trust you. Everybody happy with that? You ready to move on? Landon, go ahead.
Do we have to email you about the grade thing, or can we just ask like right now?
Ask the grade. You're gonna ask me how much you scored?
No, not that. Like the whole extra
How many
bonus point.
extra credits you earned?
No, like
Landon, if you're gonna email me, I'm gonna be very particular about replying you back, very specific to your case. It will be so much better.
what?
Right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
No problem. Landon, if you're gonna email me, I will reply you back. I think this will be such a better way to handle the grades. Grades are
Okay.
important and I need to look at it carefully so I can reply you precisely. But
Okay.
definitely the way you participate in my class and the amount of work you show and the understanding you show, definitely you do earn a lot of credits. So wherever you find you need them, feel free to let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Feel free to let me know. Same for Dion. Same for Ben, Heaven. Ava, I know you're doing it on paper. Faith, I know you are doing it on paper. So for those who are doing it on paper, please send me pictures of your work and I will accept that. Those of us I know who are watching class recording at the time, because you're not doing it in Nearpod, please share your work on paper and you will get credits from me. Here we have this question and they want you to find area and circumference. They want you to find area and circumference. They gave you radius. Radius 9.5. I will write down here. Go ahead, show me how you will calculate area and circumference. And I'm also going to check how they want the answer. I think they want the answer in terms of decimals and they use 3.14 for pi, but let me verify so you guys don't miss it on the quiz. Yes, they want a precise answer. So I'm going to use 3.14 for pi. And go ahead, calculate your answers. Get started, people. I'm going to box the formulas that you will use. For circumference, I will use this formula because it has r in it, radius. And for area, we have this formula over here. Go ahead, figure it out. and show me your understanding. So Landon, let me see if I agree to you. Very good, Landon. I agree to the area. Very good. Dion, use 3.14 for pi. Use 3.14 for pi. They want a precise answer in decimals. So if I'm going to do my area, the formula says A equals pi times r squared. Pi is 3.14 times r squared, right? And r is 9.5. And I will square 9.5. You guys know 9.5 squared means 9.5 times 9.5. Multiply it and tell me how much you get. This is what r squared means. 9.5 times 9.5. Let me know how much you got for that. What is the name of this quiz? Landon, name is written over here. Hadley, I received your email. Landon, over here is the name of the quiz. This is the name of the quiz. Okay. And let me see how much you got from 9.5 times 9.5. 90.25. Yes, 90.25. Good, Ben. You get 90.25.
I don't know if I multiplied right because I did 9.5 times 9.5. I got 835.
You will multiply again, Faith?
Okay.
Or because we are going to be moving a little bit fast here, Faith, you can also check with a calculatory device. Do not depend on it. Just for the sake of checking at the time, because you know how class time is a little bit more. Heaven, let me know if there's questions. And I agree to you. Then you will multiply this by 3.14 and you will get area, right? So I'm going to do pi 3.14 times 9.5 squared, that is 90.25, and get the answer. Once you multiply them, you get an answer that is, let me see, 283.38, something like that. 283.38. Let me see if that quiz required you to round or something. 0.4. They want one decimal place. So 283.4. That will be the area. And I'm going to put the units, meters, and then square. Then you can go and find circumference. Right? To find circumference, you will use the green formula, the formula box in green. Formula says 2. That means 2 times pi, that is 3.14, times radius, that is 9.5. If we multiply the three numbers, we get circumference. Definitely, there will be some problems with you when multiplying with decimals. That is one thing that you will have to do, just as Faith mentioned, right? Multiplying with decimals will be another thing you will have to take some. Isaiah, very good. And once you multiply these, circumference, I agree to you here, Dion. 59.7. 59.7 is what I got for circumference. Okay, Ava, very good. We can round. Dion, I'm not sure where we got the answer you got. I think I agree to Ava. It's 59.66, so we can round to 59.7. This is how much I got when I calculated it. And it will be in meters. Right, 59.7. Any questions, concerns, let us know. I'm gonna, yeah, go ahead, please. Any questions? Let us know. Very good, Faith. And we can round that up to 59.7. Okay. So this marks question 1 till 5. We will do questions 6 through 10 in the next session, right? Thank you so much for attending.